Welcome to the bird's nest. Long time no see. Your girl been busy, but had a couple of topics came up. I figured I'd discuss them. But before I get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe for all your NFL recaps, news, and gossip. So the first topic is if you follow Shedeur on social media, you know, I don't know, a couple months ago, maybe a month ago, he posted a P.O. box so that people could send him things, you know, whatever you want to send. And as you can imagine, he got an overwhelming response, and he did an unboxing that he posted on YouTube in the wee hours of the morning. I think I was the first one to see it, y'all, because I wake up in the middle of the night. But what I noticed is that it was unorganized. It was just all the boxes were thrown in there, and in like an area of his house. It looked like a hallway, really. And they just started opening them, and I think they might have got through a quarter, maybe a third of them. And all I could think all along was he needs help organizing them. He needs to call his Auntie Bird, because I would go organize them for him. I would fly to Cleveland at my own expense and do it for him for free. Because to me, I'm an organization freak. I cannot function in disorganization. Like, I will shut all the way down if things are disorganized around me. And I was thinking he could have had it categorized like clothes, books, candles, because he got a lot of candles, food, because he got food. I would have organized it, and then he could do an unboxing for different categories instead of just having it all. And then somebody would have had to be breaking down those boxes. Like, even the lack of organization as they open things, I can't do. That's my thing. That's my personal thing. I cannot do. But it was sweet. It was sweet. He got some really great gifts. When he did that P.O. box thing, I said, well, what do you send to a rich person? I wouldn't want to send him something cheap, but he can regift a lot of those things, and I'm sure he will probably regift most of them. As a matter of fact, I'd like to get David Studstill's measurements, because, you know, he is Shedeur's entourage. Him and Florida, and maybe Neff Jeff, who I haven't seen as much lately. I think Neff Jeff be behind the camera. Neff Jeff, you know, and Pilar, really. Pilar part of the entourage now. And he went to Paris. Studstill, Shedeur's former teammate from Jackson State. He is definitely a bona fide entourage member. He went to Paris Fashion Week with Shedeur and Shiloh, and of course he doesn't sit on the front row with them, but he was there in the back. And when he got on camera, he had on a hoodie and a t-shirt. Give me Studstill's measurements and I'll send him something. Some nice clothes, so that when he goes to Paris Fashion Week, he doesn't have to wear a hoodie and a t-shirt. But it was really cool, and people sent him fantastic gifts. I saw that he opened one bag. I don't know if it was a luxury bag. That was my thing. I would want to send him a bag, but I can't send him some cheap bag because he's rich. And the thieves stole his luxury bags. That's what he needs. Like, I would need to set up a GoFundMe, and we chip in on it together and get him one of those bags, because they are not cheap. And I would never buy one for myself, let someone else, no matter how much I love them. So that was really sweet. He was very appreciative, and he is loved. You know, you see so much hate out there in the world, especially for him, that you might mistakenly believe that he has more haters than lovers, but he definitely got more lovers, as all those gifts show. That was really, really, really sweet. So go check that out on his YouTube and support Neff. And I guess that could lead me into this quarterback situation. The Browns are not revealing anything. So I don't care who reports anything about what the Browns are going to do. I don't believe nothing that anyone says about what they're going to do in the draft or free agency. I'm just waiting it out. I'm waiting it out. I firmly believe that Shedeur is QB1 already. I think the decision has been made, but they're not obligated to announce that. They don't want people knowing who they want in the draft, what they're going to do in the draft. So anything's up in the air, and anything they say is not evidence of what they're going to do. I look at the social media, and the social media treats Shedeur like QB1, like the team leader. And so I believe that is the decision. I think it's final. And so I'm just going with that. Any other news about quarterbacks, I don't really care. You know, Malik Willis, whatever. You know what? Let me tell you about Malik Willis. I don't believe he's going to get all the money that his agent is putting out into the world that he's going to get. That's wishful thinking. He has not proven himself to be worthy of $30 million a year. That's ridiculous. So I don't believe that's going to happen. And I suspect, depending on what team he goes to, unless some team selects him to be QB1, if they got any other quarterbacks on their team that are viable options, I suspect he's going to be a backup. I don't know. We'll see what happens with him, but I'm kind of thinking he's a backup. That's what he is. One good game does not make him QB1 material. So we'll see what happens with him. I'm making this very brief because I'm on my way to work, and I started late in the period where I knew that I would be able to get the best reception. So I'm almost to work. But I got to go on to this. Everybody knows G. Bush. You know, if you're a big Shedeur fan and you like to absorb Shedeur content, you probably know G. Bush. And I noticed that G. Bush has been taking a lot of heat lately. And it's weird. Guys, you cannot control how that man behaves at work. You can't control how he behaves anywhere, actually. You do not have the right to dictate how people behave. You are not a professional journalist. I know you're not. Anyone that is holding his feet to the fire for not sitting on UCSS and arguing every day with his co-hosts is ridiculous. That would be highly unprofessional. So he cannot sit there and argue all day. He's a journalist and he's a Browns fan. He likes Shedeur, but he is not a Shedeur first fan, and he doesn't need to be. He's a Browns fan. And for you guys to expect him to, I don't know what, lose his job by crashing out because the other hosts don't agree with him on Shedeur, what is it that you want from him? He does not have to. You can try to convince people, just like I'm trying to convince y'all to chill out. You can try to convince people all you want. You cannot dictate how they live. You cannot dictate how they perform their job that you are not qualified to do. I'm very disappointed to see that happening to him, and I just can only hope that it doesn't impact him too much negatively on his platforms, where on the barbershop, it's all Shedeur all the time. He tried to talk about other sports. I noticed that. He tried to talk about the Cavs because he's a Cavs fan. I bet you $1 million his views go down while he's talking about them. And so now he got to like do a disclaimer before he starts talking about them. But that's kind of his doing, because what happened was, people noticed that if they talk about Shedeur, they can get a lot of hits. They can get a lot of views. They can get a lot of supporters from that. And he's been talking about Shedeur a lot exclusively. And so maybe people feel like they own him. And all he can talk about is Shedeur. Well, you got to talk about other things. So talk about the Cavs. Yes, they're going to get less views, but you still got to have a well-rounded platform. And you can't just be totally stubborn and rejecting. Yes, I'm talking about G. Bush. I can't see names right now. I don't have my glasses on. I can't. I just happen to see that. Are you talking about G. Bush? What's good? He has lots of gifts. Yes. Good afternoon. Looking good. Thank you. Hi. I can't see names. Thanks for joining, guys. But yes, I wish that you guys would take it easy on G. Bush and not expect him to crash out on UCSS because of the takes of his co-hosts. Everybody has different opinions in life and on that show. And so you can't argue people down from their point. You can have a debate, but you can't go too far with that thing, because then you're looking like you got issues, bro. You got mental issues. You can't do that. He can't do that. He has to do his job, and he has to do it properly. He states his opinion. He supports Shedeur unequivocally. I think he's starting to doubt that Shedeur is the guy, and I could kind of understand that if you believe all the noise. But I believe Myles Garrett. And I believe somebody, whoever works the Brown social media, they don't work on their own. No big company's social media manager works on their own. They work for the marketing department. And they have bosses that tell them what to post. And Shedeur is always posted as the offensive leader. When they did the Valentine's Day post, Shedeur's post was first. So Shedeur is treated like QB1. I believe he's QB1. I think they want him to stay hungry. They don't know that it's not necessary for them to dangle a carrot in front of Shedeur. Shedeur gonna work his butt off no matter what. With no competition, Shedeur is gonna work his butt off for them. They don't need to dangle a carrot in front of him. But whatever they think, I don't care. And Shedeur doesn't care. He's gonna keep working hard no matter what. He's in Cleveland. And I know he's working. He ain't posted no video yet, but I know he's working. So, y'all, please don't stop supporting G. Bush. Just don't watch UCSS. I only saw it because I don't know why. If G was on it. What was it? Monday, G was on there, and they had a segment, because y'all know I just watched the segment. No way could I watch the whole show. They had a segment. It was on Shedeur, so I watched it. And that's where I saw people lighting him up in the comments for not crashing out. I thought it was weird. So I figured I'd mention it. That's sad. I'm almost to work. I just wanted to check in right quick. Totally unsports related. I'm just going to end with this. How many of you love it that King Harris, the red 50 for filth, to the point where 50 done backed out of the fight. You ever seen 50 back out of a fight before? He done deleted every tiny post. Every T.I. post that he posted making fun of T.I. just for saying that he wanted to do a versus with him. 50 is so weird. Y'all see that? Is that my girl, Artie? Artie, hey girl. Mwah, 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 mwah. I've been meaning to text you. I hope all is well. I'm so negligent. I'm like a negligent friend. I'm very negligent. But I've been thinking about you, girl. I hope all is well. Yeah, so that just gave me some, I just enjoyed that because 50 is a very frustrating troll for me. To see a man his age behave the way he does. But, and he always wins because he's willing to go so low. But King, you came for King's mama. Oh, he opened a whole can of whoop ass on 50, honey. I love it. I love it. Not sports related, but I just had to mention it. Okay, good, good. I imagine it's cold as all get out. It's cold here. And it's not snowing, but I know back home in New Jersey it's snowing, and they done got 11 more inches of snow after the snow the last couple of weeks. But that's it. I'm almost to work. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Take it easy on G. Bush. And check out Shedeur's unboxing YouTube, and feel free to let him know that his Aunt Bird will come organize that stuff for him for free. I will sign an NDA. I did learn from him and Shiloh, their birthday party, they make people sign NDAs. You know we don't never see nobody around them besides their entourage. And even when they posted their birthday video, none of the attendees were there on the video. Only the entourage was in the video. Everybody else had to go somewhere else. And the event planner said they had to sign NDAs. All of them. So, that's that. But, yes, he did go too far, Artie. Yes, he did. That's the type of thing that makes somebody want to put hands on you. And I can assure you that 50 and T.I. can no longer be in the same room together and everything be okay. Same thing as Ja Rule. People may or may not know that Ja Rule and 50 Cent have come to blows at least twice that I know of. They done fought, y'all. And the same thing gonna happen with T.I. Just like when he ran up on Floyd Mayweather for coming on to Tiny. Or being around Tiny. Just being around her. I think that's what it was. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I ain't sold my house yet. Oh, but I did buy my, I did order my Shedeur rug. You know, they had that guy that made the Shedeur rug that gave it to Shedeur, and I did try to order it from him. But then when I had questions, what sizes do you have, this, that, and the third, he didn't respond. So I found another young lady on Instagram who made a rug, and I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Shedeur, it was somebody else. But I just I DM'd her and I said, can you make a Shedeur one? And she said, yeah, absolutely. And so I went and I looked for some pictures, and I found me, you know, I found a picture that I liked, but it was a profile view, and I really liked that picture. It's a profile view, and I didn't want to do a profile, so I found another one, and because I wanted those, that black on his face, I found another one. So I ordered it, and it's going to be ready for my office whenever I move to Philly. I ain't even going to take it out of the packaging until I move. I also found my picture of Shedeur that I'm going to make into a poster for my office, and my picture of Sam Mills. They're both portrait, right? Landscape would be the long way. They're both portrait. So I'll get those blown up to the same size. And so I have almost everything I need to get started, be up and running, and come on more regularly once I move. But right now, you know, I just got too much going on. And you know, so I'm very sporadic. It's not good because it's the off season and a lot of things are happening. And even though I don't believe anything I hear about no quarterbacks, I can still report on it and give you my opinion and say I don't believe it. So, but that's that. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll check you the next time. The combine is this week, and I don't even care about that. I just want to see what they do in the draft. We'll see. Y'all have a good one. Mwah.